This is an ABC News special report.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Kira Phillips. We are coming on the air because President-elect Donald Trump has just been sentenced for his conviction in the criminal hush money case in New York, making him the first American president to be sentenced for a crime. This comes just 10 days before he takes the oath of office. Now he will return to the White House as a convicted felon. Let's get straight to our senior investigative correspondent, Aaron Katersky, outside the courthouse in Lower Manhattan. Aaron, Trump fought to the bitter end to prevent this sentencing from happening. He hoped the Supreme Court would save him, too. Clearly, that didn't happen. You were in the courtroom. How powerful were Judge Merchan's words to Trump?
He sentenced Trump to an unconditional discharge, as he promised he would. He said it was the only lawful sentence he could impose to respect both the sanctity of the jury's verdict convicting Trump of 34 felony counts of falsifying business records, and also the duties of president that Trump is about to undertake. But, Kira, he took pains to tell Trump that he was treated like any other criminal defendant in this courthouse. It did not stop the president-elect from complaining that this had been a terrible experience. He came in virtually, sitting next to defense attorney Todd Blanche, whom he's nominated for a top post in the Justice Department, against a backdrop of 2 American flags. Just extraordinary to see the president-elect in that moment beaming into the courtroom virtually while the judge imposed the sentence. Trump listed his now familiar complaints about his treatment and the case, but prosecutor Josh Steinglass said the imposition of sentence cements Trump's status as a convicted felon, and it's with that moniker, Kira, he will enter the office of the White House. Kira?
Let's bring in our chief Washington correspondent, Jonathan Karl now. John, Trump has made it very clear that he doesn't respect this judge, saying Merchan was working really hard to try and embarrass him. Merchan's ruling, however, proving that no one, even the president, is above the law.
At least in this case, Kira, look, Donald Trump, on one hand, there's no punishment for this. He got convicted by a duly sworn jury after a criminal trial that looked like any other criminal trial in so many ways. I was in that courtroom for some of that trial. Donald Trump was compelled to be there. He had to sit at the defense table. He had to listen to the witnesses against him, all like a regular criminal defendant. But despite the fact that there is no actual punishment, what this does, as you heard from Aaron in the words of the judge, is it cements his status as a convicted felon, not just a convicted felon, but the only convicted felon to serve as president of the United States. Of course, the other trials for what many of Trump's critics would argue are much more serious allegations in the classified documents case, in the January 6th case, those are done. Those investigations are done in large part and really solely because he was elected president of the United States again. So in that sense, he is above the law in those cases. But here today, we see the future president and the past president, a convicted felon, not above the law in New York.
It's going to be a fascinating 4 years. John Karl, Aaron Katersky, thank you so much. Our coverage, of course, continues on the West Coast. That's for all of you watching Good Morning America. Also, you can continue to watch along with me on ABC News Live. Our David Muir is in Los Angeles for a special edition of World News Tonight. He will have the latest on the wildfire emergency in Southern California. I'm Kira Phillips. Have a good day.
This has been a special report from ABC News.